Hey, so this video got a lot of views that I wasn't totally expecting, so I just wanted to explain why I wasn't using a reference layer in that video since I'm still getting a ton of comments to turn that on. As you can see, I don't like to combine all of my line art into one layer, and the reference feature doesn't work for filling in lines unless you do that. I alpha lock and color in my line art after I've shaded and rendered everything, so it's much easier for me to do that if I keep it all separated. For example, I could color in the stars without also coloring over the cat's tail by keeping them on separate layers. I'm also just really indecisive when I'm drawing, and I tend to make a lot of adjustments to color or line placement, so I don't like all my line art on the same layer. It's way easier to recolor lines and move limbs and stuff around without moving anything else in the process and needing to redraw it. Now, as for the actual problem of that video, I figured there was probably just a tiny gap in this colored outline, and as I suspected, it was one singular pixel wide because that's all it takes for it to not fill in. I also had a lot of suggestions to adjust the fill threshold, but in my experience that's usually the issue when you have this weird little gap around your fill outline, but I'm sure that could be the cause of this as well. But yeah, that video was just meant to be poking fun at the fact that Procreate's fill tool is not very intuitive and it's kind of needlessly complicated. If you don't know to set your line art as a reference layer, then you're going to be wondering why it doesn't just fill it in when you use the color drop tool. Like I said, I love Procreate, but I just really wish it had gap recognition and that it would fill without me having to combine all of my line art into one layer. But anyway, thank you for all the advice on how to fix this. I'm sure it'll be helpful for other Procreate artists struggling with this issue. And here's the finished piece for those of you wondering.